Georgia, where Freddie Falcon soars from the rafters inside the beautiful Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Atlanta Falcons. On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. His guys ready to get this one going. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys, on the other hand, came out on top in their opener, so they'll try to make it to 2-0 to start the new year. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And the Falcons grab it. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
First down, Panthers.
They'll go play action here with Williams. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
On play action, here's Williams. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Carolina.
A run straight ahead with Achane. And the Panthers are going to have it first and goal as they'll take this down to about the 3.
First and goal, Carolina.
Achane going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They'll get him down at the 3. Only a yard that time, second and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal.
Williams going to keep it on the zone read. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina.
Touchdown, Carolina.
Caleb Williams, his second. Now, rather than risk anything, Mayfield here, he's going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Mayfield. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Jalen Hawkins with a pick. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Open man here is Scott, complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
At the 38-yard line.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
And the Panther 1st down.
They'll give it to Ja'Cory Crosky-Merritt, who burst onto the scene as a 7th-round rookie last year. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Ja'Cory Crosky-Merritt. First touchdown of the new season. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. Right side to Watson. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Jalen Hawkins with a pick. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Crosky-Merritt. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Try to punch it in with Crosky-Merritt. And will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Ja'Cory Crosky-Merritt with 2 touchdowns on this. Throwing, Mayfield. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Here's Mayfield. He's airing it out for Williams. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And quickly, they get to the line.
It's a gain of 45 yards. And the Falcons, first down. First and 10.
Mayfield to throw it. That's taken in by Watson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
That's another Falcons first down.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And he's got it. That'll bring up second and goal after the gain of 5.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football. As they come up now, second and goal. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Short of the goal line. A gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now third and goal.
He'll try again. And I don't think he got in. He did not. They mark him short of the goal line. No gain on the play. And what to do now on fourth and goal? They'll run for it with Love. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. They stop him up short on fourth and goal from the 1. And the Panthers defense able to deliver the goal line stand. The drive will begin with a run by Klasky Merritt. Oh, he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The rush too strong, and that'll be a safety. Mayfield down. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
It leads to second and 10.
Now Mayfield. He's airing it out for Williams. A dive, and he's got it. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10.
And the Falcons, first down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
To throw, Mayfield. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The Falcons are 1-0 on the year following a win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at third and 10. Mayfield with it once more. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards up first and second down.
Fourth down, Mayfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs. They're set to take over. They were losers a week ago to the Bears, but they lead things here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. The drive begins with a carry by Krosky Merritt. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
A gain of 15. First down.
They'll go again with Krosky Merritt. Taken down at the 42.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Play action. Now Williams. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Carolina.
To throw, it's Williams. Over the middle, it's caught by Ridley. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Ridley. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Up the middle, Krosky Merritt. And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all. As we will make our way to the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Put a man in motion left, Ridley. Here's Williams. On the pressure, and he will go down. Sent back at the 38. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this will stay a 12-point game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They've got some stuff to build on from that last time because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone.
Jameson Williams, 33 yards. And the Falcons get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Aubrey good with a PAT. And that will shave one more off this lead. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Panthers going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
To the air, Williams. And it caught it up. And the Falcons grab it. He may go. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. The offenses have success. You could say they've run wild a little bit. Time for the defenses to get into the act, and one does here.
Nothing like a little bit of revenge for the defense. They've had to deal with it all game long. Both offenses going up and down the field. How about it when they take the ball away and take it to the other end zone?
The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And the lead is now 2. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Panthers going to go back on offense here late in this first half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Looking to throw is Williams. Right side, there's Likely with it. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Throwing is Williams. And his throw is incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. Here's Daniel Whelan on now to punt. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with a 2-point lead in hand, they may not do anything too aggressive here. Now the incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Now a 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Now back to throw. This is caught by Williams. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Final play of the half, Mayfield. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to lead the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will do it for this first half. Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Our trip around the league starts now. It begins up in Baltimore. The Ravens at home to take on the Saints. And this is the second-year quarterback, Jackson Dart. He's going to do it himself. Touchdown. Next up, let's get a look at what's happening between the Vikings and Bears from Soldier Field in Chicago. And this is not exactly a thing of beauty, but it'll do the job. This is going to end up a touchdown. This one's all tied at 14 at the half. Lastly, let's get a look who's getting a hot start to the year. It's our impact player from Week 2, and it's this man. And it's Dak Prescott. He's going to find his man here. This, one of his 3 touchdown passes on the night. The Bills get the win, and they are 1-0 in the new stadium. Lock up the folding tables, people. Celebration time in Western New York. And with that, time to look at what else went down in Week 2 of the NFL's regular season. In our game, we saw a solid first half out of Bill, Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. His guys, however, trail at the break. For the call of the second half, let's rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here. These 2 defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads at intermission. These offenses, they have had their way so far.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
and they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
20-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. They'll get this out to Love. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
Brings up 2nd and 20 at the 27-yard line.
Mayfield. And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Jalen Hawkins. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a wrong way to go in this game. You know, they just...
And he will take it across for Panthers touchdown. Tyler Scott, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Panthers have retaken a third quarter lead. The Panther offense staying put. They'll go for 2.
The Panthers will line up for the 2-point.
Williams going to throw for it.
And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion. From the gun, Mayfield. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Falcons. Brian Thomas, his second touchdown on the season. And the Falcons have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those.
The drive starts with a run from Achane.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime mix had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
Williams from the gun on third down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. They'll pitch it out to Achane.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Achane is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
2nd and goal.
They'll run it. Achane with it.
And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there.
His first rushing touchdown.
Mayfield looks to throw.
Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 37-yard line.
Here's Mayfield. And he'll throw this one away. And I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag.
Now, we saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They'll try the left side here with Love. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
2nd and 6.
2nd down and 6 now. Movement there on the offensive line. A little quick and a 5-yard penalty.
Ball start, offense.
Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
Throwing, Mayfield. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. And they'll bring 4 receivers into the fold here. It's 3rd and long. Mayfield to throw it. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Mayfield and the troops staying out and going for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. Williams with a little touch pass forward. Now inside the 25. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
1st down, Panthers.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. To throw, Williams. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. They didn't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before. Out of bounds. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now receiver in motion left. They'll run. Achane. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. So stop from the 2. Now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it,
he's got it for a Panther touchdown. Garrett Wilson from 3 yards out. And the Panthers have broken our tie. Mayfield down. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
By Dallas Turner, a 9-yard loss. It's now 2nd and 19 at the 21-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mayfield. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage.
Now Mayfield. Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. And quickly they get to the line.
And the Falcons, first down.
To throw, Mayfield. Looking long for Thomas. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Falcons. Brian Thomas, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the Falcons score to cap it off.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away.
Gets around him.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Panthers offense and Caleb Williams set to go to work once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now.
Looking to put a drive together.
On play action, here's Williams. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
To throw, it's Williams. Again to Calvin Ridley, and he's got it once more.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
Looking to throw is Williams.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. First target, first catch, and a first down.
A gain of 7. And the Panther first down.
Williams going to look to throw again.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Reek Woolen.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score.
Aubrey now for the point after.
And they will take a 7-point lead now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Panthers about ready to take over. And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick six hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one-score game here in the fourth.
Looking to put a drive together.
And off to Achane to begin the drive.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Here's Williams.
Airing it out, looking for Ridley.
And that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Looks like they went for the combo play there. A nice ample gain on the ground on the previous play. Going for the big shot on that one unsuccessfully.
He's back to throw. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down.
Back to throw. That is caught. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Back to throw.
They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Here's 1st down.
A gain of 16 yards. 1st down, Carolina.
He'll look to throw.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Throwing is Williams. Throw right side, Wilson.
And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. First things first here, they got to pick up the 1st down.
And remember, it is 4th down, so they've got to pick up a completion here. Otherwise, this one's over.
They'll go. Here's Williams.
And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Well, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
The 18-yard line.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
3rd and 2.
It'll be Love to try and get the 1st. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Staying on the ground, it's Love. And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That 1st down going to be enough to write a finish to this one.
That's another Falcons 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now a give running right is Love.
And this time they were waiting for him as as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. They turn to Love on the handoff. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talking over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Mayfield to throw. He's airing it out for Williams.
And that is dropped. Oh, that could have been a mere certain 6 points. He was all alone, but he could not look it in. My, oh, my.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons.
Charles, for this losing side, their heads are